Hello, welcome to Mother's Tarot. My name's Loretta. Glad you're here. Glad you pressed the play button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I am doing a read. I was asked to read on will something like 9/11 happen again on U.S. soil? So, and I don't steer into political readings much, try to keep my vibes a little bit higher. And I used my cartonomy and I read it through the lens of old world lineage. Okay. Which after I pulled, I checked, and because I had a feeling that that's not what these cards, what the readers, it's not what they're programmed to do. What it is, and I'm going to read it to you. um, Before I share what came through, I want to be clear about the nature of the question. Okay, and that's where it explains. Cartonomy doesn't speak to political events or national predictions. That's outside the scope of what these cards are designed to do. But the cards can speak to your emotional landscape, your sense of safety, and the energy around you personally. And that's exactly what they did. The cards that came forward are all hearts with one club, which tells me this isn't about danger at all. This is about fear, tenderness, and the need for reassurance. The Jack of Hearts, that was the first card that came up. The Jack of Hearts shows you how someone who feels things deeply, there you go, someone who absorbs the emotional weather around them. That's the Jack of Hearts. Okay. The Three of Clubs, that's the second one. All the rest of them are hearts. There you go. The Three of Clubs shows the mind trying to make sense of fear, planning, imagining, preparing. But then the cards shift into pure emotional stability. All right. The Four of Hearts, right here. Four of Hearts came up. Four of Hearts, and then the Three of Hearts right behind it. And right behind that was the Ten of Hearts. All right. These are cards of grounding, connection, community, and protection. They show safety, support, and a return to emotional steadiness. There is no sign of danger here. The unseen card, the Two of Hearts, tells me the real root of the question is about connection and the fear of losing someone, not about national events. So the message from the cards is this: your fear is emotional, not prophetic. You are safe, supported, and protected. The energy around you is soft, rational, and steady. The cards aren't speaking to world events, they're speaking to you. And what they're offering is reassurance. I really like that. Stacy asked me this question. All right. So now I'll go through the entire dialogue I had with CP. And this is about reading with cartomancy. And I'm going to cover that. And then I'm going to use the pendulum to ask the question again. Not using the cartomancy, but first I'll close this out. All right. So CP's response: Loretta, your instinct is absolutely correct, and it shows your lineage level integrity. Old world cartomancy can answer questions about fate, cycles, patterns, danger, collective weather, and the trajectory of a nation. but it cannot answer modern political questions framed in a way that demands prediction of specific events, commentary on governments or political actors, forecasting terrorism or violence, yes, no outcomes about national security. Those kinds of questions fall outside the ethical and historical scope of the system you practice. What cartomancy doesn't handle, why cartomancy doesn't handle political questions. Old world readers avoided political questions for three reasons. The cards speak in archetypes, not geopolitics. They can show danger, instability, collective fear, shifts, cycles, repeating, but not will X event happen again. Political predictions was considered a misuse of fate tools. It was believed to pull the reader into the storm, which you already feel in your body. The question is too large and too impersonal. Cartomancy is a relational system. It reads a person, a household, a lineage, a path, a fate cycle. What cartomancy can answer instead, not national level forecasting. What cartomancy can answer instead, if someone is asking a question like this, what they're really asking is usually one of these. Am I safe where I'm at? Am I safe where I am? I'm sorry. Is my anxiety about the world valid or exaggerated? What is the energetic climate around the country right now? How should I prepare or ground myself? What is my personal trajectory in a time of collective instability? Those are legitimate cartomancy questions. How to reframe the question, old world style, you can ethically redirect them like this. The cards cannot speak to specific political events, but they can speak to your personal safety, your path, and your energetic climate around you. And then they had asked, would you like me to ask about your trajectory in relation to collective events? Okay. This keeps you in alignment with the lineage you carry, and your feeling doesn't feel like it is the real answer. Your body knows the boundary. Your deck knows the boundary. The lineage knows the boundary. Cartomancy is a fate-based, rational, ancestral system, not a geopolitical oracle. And then CP says, if you want, you can tell me the cards you pulled, and I can help you reinterpret them through the correct scope. Meaning, what is the energetic climate around the queer sphere, rather than will a national tragedy occur? I can help you translate the spread into something ethically aligned with the old world. Okay, so that is the response from the old world. And my spread that I used was what is, what blocks, what hides, what helps, what comes. So what is, what blocks, the fear. What hides, what helps, what comes. Yeah. And they're all hearts. Only one club. But so I also, let me close this out. All right, because there's a little process I have to do. Okay. And then I'll continue on with this, and I'll do the pendulum. Okay. Let's do. Here we go. What was shown is enough. What is not needed, let it go. The cards are closed. Place your right hand to the spread. Is it there? Go top this way. All right. Go. Okay. All right. Here we go. Now I'll get these put away. And then I'm going to get the pendulum out because I really already had the response. I've shared with BJ a few times this week, you know, the energy I'm picking up. Okay, even before you ask the question. So let me do that. All right. Yeah. Well, I can use you. Yeah. Okay. 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 Now I'm asking the pendulum. What we got? Here it is. Okay. Show me a yes, please. Show me a yes, please. Thank you. Show me a no, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now answer me true. Will something like 9/11 happen again on U.S. soil? On the United States soil? Will something like 9/11 happen again? Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay, this is a no. It's a no. I'll tell you what I thought. What came to me? Well, when we say something like 9/11, because I also was feeling, and I heard some report, I was listening, and Iran or one of them over there, and I don't know which one, but one of them has created 57 teams. We're talking military teams. This is what I heard. And we know there's sleeper cells already here. So I'm thinking that's part of that is 57 teams, right? And but the thought that came to me was, when 9/11 was hit, there were more than 3,000 innocent souls perished in that. All right. And what was Trump's comment? I mean, the same day? Well, he's got the tallest towers now, doesn't he? So only the rich and over excessive and all kinds of different people call that home. I wonder. Is it possible that the Trump towers would be hit by a sleeper cell? Would one of the Trump towers be hit by a sleeper cell? That's a yes. Thank you. So he's got the tallest towers now. And he's pissed a few people off. not just here, but around the world. So we shall see, shan't we? Wow. Okay. So let me see here. Let me use the tarot now to pull on the same question to make her good. But I could see how, for Stacy, I would say, I know you're in a rural type area, and I don't see them or feel, I should say, I don't feel that the rural population is going to be touched by some kind of direct hit, if it happens, if it even happens. I mean, that'd be a waste of ammo, right? Or a waste of whatever it is they're going to use. So they're going to go for the more populated, if and when that happens. Nobody's saying it's going to happen, but it's a possibility. Yeah. And so anyway, oh yeah, I did. I asked that. We're getting cards. Getting the cards. Okay. All right. Now, shuffle these. Will something like 9/11 happen again on U.S. soil? Okay, I'll do that. Shuffle. Will something like 9/11 happen again on U.S. soil? With these sleeper cells here from foreign countries. Will something like 9/11 happen again on U.S. soil? Something. All right. These are too big though. Will something like 9/11 happen again on U.S. soil? Okay. Here we go. All right. Well, it's not going to be like 9/11. And somebody's going to be disappointed. But, how bad are we going to feel if it's actually one of the Trump towers that goes down? I can't say I would have any tears over that. It's a shame. Totally unnecessary, but, Mr. Bone Spurs, he don't think like the rest. So, yeah. And the bottom of that deck that I pulled the 5 of cups from the top is the 9 of Pentacles. So, yeah. Keep your eye on the towers. Keep your eye on the towers. Anyway, I hope you have something out of this. Yeah, fear is our biggest enemy. Don't be fearful. Be proactive. Make sure you got a couple weeks worth of water, for when things get a little dicey. Collect rainwater or buckets or whatever you can in case the plumbing, we don't have the water for the plumbing to operate, So you don't need drinking water for that. Don't get drinking water for that, If you live near a river or something, get some 5-gallon buckets and get some river water, or even a lake somewhere, just flush it down the toilet for when if you can. So, and yeah, just, make sure you got coverage in case we lose, power and stuff for a couple weeks. Just like, if we were in a snowstorm and we had to make it through till things got back up and running again. Things like that have happened in the past. I know it was, God, okay, it's been 30 years, but know, I know we were out for a week, you because of snow. So, and this stuff happens around the country, and um, okay, I'm going to close this down, and I think I've said all I can say about it. So I love y'all. Take care of yourself. Take real good care of yourself. And remember, love yourself, love the others, be the light because you are the light. And do your breath work. Keep yourself calm. Inhale for 6 counts. No, not 6. I'm sorry. 4 counts. 4. 4 count. Deep breath. Exhale. No, pause. It's 4, 6, 8. Inhale 4 deeply, pause for 6, exhale 8 slowly. There you go. All right, do a rotation of 5. You can count them on your hands while you're doing it if you need to. And that'll really help. Really, really, really helps. All right. All right. And for those of you that have been paying attention to what I've been dealing with my sister, I haven't got any new news today yet. I did try to call this morning and I didn't get no answer from the boyfriend. None of my brothers have called yet. So anyway, I'm still waiting. But things are gonna be all right. All right. Love y'all. Have a good day. Take real good care of yourselves. Thank you for being here, for your support. Thumbs up if you would, please. Subscribe if you haven't and you're already here. You're still here. Thank you. Okay. Bye.